If the focus on, okay,
Cool.
now we just have to have people because of marketing and their intention, and they're not as talented, and we're not putting the best.
Court hearing, case number 2024 CR 01162, State of Texas versus Nicole Nutter. Judge, the court is now in session for case number 2024, County Route 01162, State of Texas versus Nicole Nutter. Prosecutor, for the state, Albert Chuse. Defense attorney,
Caitlin Clark to the nearby NBA arena and ended up setting a new all-time WNBA attendance record. It's impossible to overstate what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA. Simply incredible. Just look at that attendance.
2024. The court waived the prior allegation without objection, as per the plea agreement. As part of the agreement, your sentence has been capped at 5 years in prison with a $2,000 fine. The state opposes your application for probation. Have both parties reviewed the pre-sentence investigation, PSI, report and the Texas Assessment Program, TAP, evaluation? Prosecutor: Yes, Your Honor. Defense attorney: No objections from the defense, Your Honor. Judge: Very well. Are there any witnesses to present? Defense attorney: Yes, Your Honor. I would like to call my client to the stand. Judge: Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God? Nicole Nutter: Yes, ma'am. Judge: Please lower your hand and state your name for the record. Nicole Nutter: My name is Nicole Nutter. Defense attorney: Miss Nutter, you're applying for probation. Can you tell the court what you have done since your arrest to show that you are committed to turning your life around? Nicole Nutter: Well, since the accident in December of 2023, I've been focused on getting my life back on track. My legs were run over in an accident, and that really snapped me into reality. Since then, I've stopped using drugs, and I'm committed to staying clean. I plan to get a job and live with my daughter to start rebuilding my life. Defense attorney: I understand that you've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Can you speak about how you've been managing that condition? Nicole Nutter: Yes, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder after my daughter was born. At first, I didn't want to take the medication because I didn't want to be on any drugs while I was raising her. Over the years, I didn't take anything, but I
Got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league, and she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement. Targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. There's a huge target on this kid's back. I thought Cameron Brink said something really smart. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even...
I feel much more stable. I haven't had any breakdowns since I started taking it. Defense attorney: Have you struggled with mental health or substance abuse in the past? Nicole Nutter: Yes, I've had issues with both. I didn't take my medication for years and I struggled with drug use. But since the accident, I've made a real effort to turn things around. Defense attorney: Can you explain the events surrounding your arrest? Were you under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time? Nicole Nutter: No, I wasn't on any drugs or alcohol when the incident occurred. I had a mental breakdown, but it wasn't related to any substance use. I wasn't in my right mind, but I wasn't on anything at the time. Defense attorney: Can you clarify your relationship with the person whose house you were at when you were arrested? Nicole Nutter: Yes, I was staying at my friend's house. We had a little dispute, and I had moved my things out to stay with another friend for a bit. But I still wanted to go over and talk to my friend about the cats that had gotten out of their cages. There was no intention to burglarize his home. Defense attorney: So, you weren't trespassing? You just went over to talk? Nicole Nutter: Correct. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, but I was arrested after showing up uninvited. I just wanted to talk things out. Defense attorney: As we consider the possibility of probation, what steps have you taken to demonstrate your ability to succeed on probation this time? Nicole Nutter: I've had probation before and struggled with it, but this time is different. I've been consistent with my medication, and I'm getting the support I need. I've learned a lot from my past mistakes, and I'm determined to make a fresh start. Defense attorney: Do you have a stable living situation now that you're not living with your friend? Nicole Nutter: Yes, my daughter has an apartment, and I plan to stay with her. She's 21 and is here in court today. I also have support from my children's father. Judge, thank you, Miss Nutter. Are there
And elevated the level of play.
now adjourned for sentencing? Court hearing, case number 2024 CR 01162, State of Texas versus Nicole Nutter. Judge, the court is now in session for case number 2024, County Route 01162, State of Texas versus Nicole Nutter. Prosecutor, for the state, Albert Chuse. Defense attorney, for the defense, Miss Nutter is present. Judge, Miss Nutter, I understand you are applying for probation. Can you clarify the events that led to your arrest?
Based on the standings. Okay. Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese.
Again, what I think is happening here is this black woman is trying to play mental gymnastics and find a way to put Angel Reese above Caitlin Clark. Rookie of the Year does not go to a team. That's why it's called Rookie of the Year. It goes to an individual player. So wouldn't it make sense that you would analyze their statistics and analyze individual play overall? Like, this woman is doing all types of mental gymnastics in order to come to this conclusion so she can try to place Angel Reese above Caitlin Clark in that race. When the Fever and the Future are ranked higher than the Sky, I'll be curious to see if she says the same.
My mental state at the time was very unstable. I was struggling emotionally and mentally, and I honestly didn't realize the full extent of what was happening. Defense attorney, in the police report, it mentions an altercation between you and your friend. Can you explain what happened? Nicole Nutter, it wasn't a headbutt, as the report says. He did fall down, but it wasn't anything violent. We had a back-and-forth conversation. It wasn't intended to escalate, but I was very out of touch with reality at the time. Defense attorney, you entered his trailer after the altercation, correct? Was this done with your friend's permission? Nicole Nutter, no, I didn't have permission to be there. My mental state was clouded, and I didn't realize that I was crossing a boundary. I wasn't thinking clearly. Defense attorney, and were you under the influence of drugs at the time? Nicole Nutter, no, I wasn't using drugs. It was entirely a mental health issue. I hadn't used drugs in some time, but my mind was in a very chaotic place. Defense attorney, when you were arrested, did you experience any confusion? Nicole Nutter, yes. When I was placed in the county jail, they put me in a yellow shirt, and I actually thought I was pregnant at the time. My mind was so disoriented, I couldn't process reality correctly. Defense attorney, thank you for your honesty. Now, I'd like to call your daughter to testify. Judge, please proceed. Defense attorney, I'd like to call Paige Slater. Paige Slater, raising her right hand, yes, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Judge, please state your name for the record. Paige Slater. Paige Slater. Defense attorney, Paige, what is your relationship to the defendant? Paige Slater, she's my mom. Defense attorney, where do you live? Paige Slater,
If friends or anything, if my teammate right here went to play for another team, I'm going to be competitive. I'm going to talk trash to her just because I'm super competitive and that's what we do. But off the court, we're going to kick in and have fun. So I think that's a part of the game and just trying to normalize, like, trash talking is okay, but not taking it personal off the court. And obviously that has become a thing and people are just trying to make it seem like it's something. But I love Caitlin and I love her game and I